Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye, and today I'm doing the if I could only keep one tag. The concept of this video is basically if all of my makeup disappeared, what are the things that I would repurchase first or I would only keep? Essentially everything that I'm sharing with y'all is a top favorite. Like, these are the things that I would immediately go out if they disappeared from my collection. So if you are curious to see what products I chose for each category, then just keep on watching. Now for primer, I kind of cheated with this one. This is the Milani SPF BFF primer. I actually have not used this yet. It's completely sealed. I actually haven't used this yet, but out of all the primers that I have tried, I'm kind of indifferent on primer. I just use it as a base for makeup. I don't really care what it does. But if I were to only choose one primer, I would choose one with SPF in it. I've used the primer several times since this video, and it's so shit, guys, honestly. It pills up. Anytime you try and layer makeup on top of it, it just lifts. It doesn't stick to your face. No. No. Literally started off with me cheating, so there's that. Now for foundation, I would easily pick the Auric Glow Lust. I'm in the shade Selenite. This is basically like a multi-purpose product. You can use this as cream highlighter mixed in with foundation as a like skin tint type thing. Now, I don't wear foundation. This is the only foundation product I own in my collection, and I'm wearing it on my face today. This is my all-time favorite. If you want to hear my full thoughts on this, I do have a review video on it. I do have oily skin, and this just looks gorgeous on my skin. It evens out my skin tone nicely. It doesn't add too much coverage. It makes my skin look so glowy but not greasy. It is so stunning. Anytime I wear this, people compliment my skin. I absolutely adore this. 10 out of 10. Amazing. I stan the Glow Lust. Now for concealer, I would pick the Uoma Beauty Stay Woke concealer. I'm in the shade Fair Lady T1. First of all, this is a dead-on perfect shade match for me. This is my second bottle of this as well. It's matte but not drying under my eyes. It doesn't crease. This looks beautiful even if you don't have foundation on. It works so beautifully. It just melts into your skin lovely. It doesn't crease on me. This is my favorite concealer of all time. Like, if you've never tried this concealer and you have oily skin, you will not regret it. And the shade range is top tier. Absolutely stan. The consistency is also a bit thicker, which normally isn't my favorite, and the doe foot is quite large, which I do appreciate. It's a fantastic concealer. What more can I say? I feel like in this video you're gonna hear me say, oh my god, I love this. Like, no shit, Skye. That's the fucking point of the video. Now, if I could only keep one face powder, I would pick the Nabla Close-Up Pressed Powder. I have mine in the shade Light, and as we can see, I've got big pan on this one. This is actually my second one of these as well. A handful of products that I'm mentioning are repurchases of mine. I love this powder. It doesn't make my concealer look cakey. It just dusts over your skin so nicely. I mean, it's a setting powder. It sets really nicely. It doesn't blur my skin or anything, but it does make my skin look quite nice. It's very good for blotting. I love it. The compact is solid. I have yeeted this on many occasions and it's not broken on me. And you get a lot of product in this compact. You get 11.5 grams. That's a lot of powder, and I love it. Now, if I could only keep one bronzer, I would have to give it to the Becca Bali Sands bronzer. My goodness, again, this is my second one of these. I am so sad that Becca is shutting down because this bronzer, if you've never tried it before, honestly, I highly recommend it, especially if you are a fair to light skin tone. Bali Sands is such a beautiful shade. It's the most perfect subtle bronzer. I'm wearing this on my face today. It's got like a nice natural finish, like it's not too glowy, so it does give your face a nice bronzed look, and you can look a little bit sculpted as well, but you don't look like... it kind of just looks natural. You know what I mean? I find sometimes with matte bronzers, they tend to look just a bit flat on your skin, naturally, because they're matte. But this formula is just so beautiful. I'm so sad that Becca is shutting down because this is such a solid bronzer. I'm gonna have to find a dupe of it soon, but this is top tier. Again, I love it. I love the packaging, the little flying saucer. Adorable. And the shade range on this is pretty damn good as well. Okay, now we're moving on to blush. If I could only keep one blush in my collection, I gotta give it to my baby right here, Lethal Nectar. This is the perfect pink blush. It's pink without being too jarring on your skin tone. It blends in so nicely because it does have more of like a warm peachy undertone. This, It's so pigmented, it's matte but not flat. It makes you look so healthy and cute. I especially love using this over the bridge of my nose. It's the perfect pinky blush. This is my favorite blush in my collection, hands down. This blush makes me so happy. Anytime I wear it, I just feel gorgeous, and I always get complimented on what's on my cheeks. Lethal blushes are just unmatched. Now for highlighter. Now you may think if your entire collection disappeared, you'd kind of want something that's a bit more like universal, that could go with any look. And that's kind of the theme of the other products that I chose in this, but not me. Not me. I would choose Kaleidos Skywalker as my only highlight in my collection. Now, as you can see in here, I've hit pan. A lot of the things that I'm mentioning I've hit pan in. This is a sparkly blue highlighter, and it's so gorgeous on the cheeks. It's so blinding, and I just love blue highlight. I think it looks so cool on my skin, especially with that Nectar blush. The combo is just chef's kiss. I'm not one for a natural highlight. I mean, saying that, I am wearing a neutral champagne highlight today. I'm more of a colourful highlight ass bitch. I just love having something fun coloured on my cheeks. And a lot of the time when I'm wearing fun colourful highlighter, I am wearing Skywalker. I think that this highlight works with pretty much anything. Like, I've not worn this with a certain colour combo and it looked bad. It always looks good. Even pairing this with like an orange blush, it just works. Like, it shouldn't work, but it works. Now for eye primer, I've split this category into two, regular eye primer and glitter primer. Now regular eye primer, this is my tried and true and has been for years. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer. I use this exclusively, essentially. Anytime I'm wearing eyeshadow, this is the one. This is my third bottle of this stuff. It lasts for a long time. It's pretty damn affordable. It works amazingly if you have oily eyelids. I never get any creasing or fading when I wear this. This works with pretty much every eyeshadow formula. There is a slight tint to it, like a light beige tint, but it's mostly clear. I will never stray away from this. This is also a dupe for the Urban Decay original primer potion. I used to have that like when I first started makeup, but since discovering this, I find that this works better than the Urban Decay one. I love her. Milani honestly kill it. Now for glitter primer, I'd have to give it to the Fenty Pixie Epoxy. Now a bunch of my mates swear by this stuff, and if glitter primer is too thick for your liking, this is perfect. If I apply too much glitter primer, it looks a bit chunky on my eyes, but with this Pixie Epoxy, you just apply a thin layer. It makes your eyeshadows look so wet and intense, even more intense than when I use the NYX glitter primer. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know that the NYX glitter primer was my tried and true for years and years. It's so good, and it also comes with a doe foot applicator, which I find is very user-friendly because a lot of the times I don't want to get a brush dirty and I don't want to use my finger. So the doe foot applicator really makes it easier, especially if you want to do that half-cut crease type shape. This is top tier. Top tier. Everything's top tier. Stop saying that, Skye. Now for the eyeshadow products, I chose an eyeshadow palette and a pigment. I didn't choose single shadows because, quite honestly, just picking one single shadow hurts my heart quite a lot. So I didn't want to put myself through that, but I did pick an eyeshadow palette for y'all, and say it with me, the Odensai Eleva 2 palette. Man, I have fallen head over heels in love with this palette. It's been a favourite since I got it last summer. This colour story is so me. You can do so much with it. The matte formula is so pigmented and easy to blend. The shimmers in here are so wet looking and high shine. The only bad thing about this palette is the fact that there's two pressed glitters, and I never use them because fuck pressed glitter. But especially these two shades, these greens, oh, they're so dreamy. This shade called Peach Juice is so beautiful, such a pretty corally pink. I have such a love affair with this colour story. Every time I open it, I get so inspired. If I ever came out with an eyeshadow palette collab, it would probably look something like this, maybe with a few tweaks, but this would be it. It makes me so happy, I swear to God. And this is such a versatile palette. I do have a 3 looks 1 palette video with this one, and I might do another video with a 2 more looks, where I do 2 extra looks with this palette, because the inspiration is endless. I just love her. I love her. Now the pigment that I chose is from the Pastel Roses, and this is their iridescent flaky loose pigment in the shade Andromeda. Now this is an iridescent flaky, and it basically shifts from like green to pink to what else? There's a bit of blue in there. I absolutely love layering this on my inner corner. It just makes things pop even more. and I love the texture that it gives. Flakies are a bit of a weird thing to use at times. I find that if you layer them just on their own, they look a little bit chunky at times, but if you layer these on top of other eyeshadows, it just adds that extra oomph to your makeup look. And anytime I wear this, I just feel like an ethereal fairy. I love this one, and I mean, the Pastel Roses is a UK-based indie brand that I really heavily enjoy. And this loose pigment is definitely worth picking up. If you're ever considering trying the Pastel Roses, get Andromeda. Now, if I could only keep one mascara, I actually don't own this in my collection because I did use it up, but I would choose the Nabla Major Pleasure Mascara. That mascara, it lengthens your lashes beautifully, separates them so well, and it also adds a lot of volume. It really truly does it all, and it works so well with my shitty natural lashes. I really like the brush on it as well. It's kind of like a soft hourglass, but not really too curvy. I don't like when brushes that are hourglass are too, like, curvy. I find they don't work well for me, but the brush shape on this is so good. The formula is great. I love her. I'll definitely repurchase her in the future. I also wanted to add lashes in this equation. So the lashes that I would pick are from Wiki Lashes, and these are the November style. Dude, I have worn these so many times. I do need to repurchase these because they're getting quite nasty. I absolutely love that these are both spiky but also fluffy. They're the perfect mix. I love a spiky lash. Every time I wear these, I just feel like an ethereal fairy bitch, but also badass. It's such a fantastic lash style. I think it flatters my face so nicely. I'm very picky when it comes to my lash styles, and November, I would definitely like buy 3 pairs of these. If I could only wear 1 pair of lashes for the rest of my life, it would be these. They're just so big and beautiful and fun, and because they're spiky and a bit fluffy as well, you can still see the makeup underneath, because I find that if a lash is too chunky, you can't really see the eyeshadow underneath it. Now, going along with lashes, the lash glue that I would keep is the House of Lashes Clear Lash Glue. This is the best lash glue I've ever used. It's latex free, which I think I have a sensitivity to latex. My eyes tend to water when I use it. This does last for a long time, and when you use this on your lashes will not fucking come off. I have gone out in the wind, the blistering wind, wearing eyelashes, and they do not come off when I use this lash glue. Your lashes will only come off when you decide to with this lash glue. It is top tier. Absolutely incredible. I am so upset that Beauty Bay got rid of House of Lashes on their website, because now I have to buy this from the US, and I'm not happy about that. I don't think I would ever stray away from this one. It just works perfectly. Now, eyeliners. This was so difficult because I wanted to pick individual shades of eyeliner instead of formula, because I feel like formula is a little bit of a cop-out. But for pencil liner, I would pick the LA Girl Pastel Dreams liner in the shade Marshmallow. This is the best white eyeliner I've ever used, and I've tried many a white eyeliner in my time. This is so pigmented, glides on beautifully, you don't need to tug on your waterline at all, and this lasts all day, essentially. It does wear off around the 8-hour mark, but I mean, 8 hours is pretty much like a work day. You know what I mean? And the best part about this, it's £4. That's around the price of a coffee. And this liner formula, LA Girl liners, just in general, as a side note, LA Girl liners, like the Shockwave liners and the pastel liners, they are better than the Colourpop Cream Gel liners. There, I said it. If you need a good white eyeliner, this is your one. Now, when it comes to liquid liner, I don't use liquid liner. Instead, I use cake liners. We know my obsession with cake liner at this point. If you follow me on Instagram, you definitely know the obsession is really real. And I was looking at all of my cake liners and I thought, okay, if I had to pick just one color to use, just one. I was going back and forth, but I think the one that I would choose is from Glisten Cosmetics, and this is Grapeade. This is a bright, bright, bright purple. It's truly a grape purple. I don't know why, but I kept coming back to this one. I love this shade on my eyes. It's so impactful and it's such a beautiful shade. I don't know. I just love this shade with my entire being. I didn't think that I would pick this one. I thought I would pick one of my blues, but no. She's a dark horse. Like, if you I just yeeted it on the floor. Well done, Skye. If you're making a Glisten order, definitely pick up Grapeade right here. They also have a split liner that contains Grapeade and Grape, the pastel purple. Side note, if you wanna shop on Glisten Cosmetics, you can use my discount code SKYE10 for 10% off. And that's affiliated. I feel like a cool bitch every time I mention that. Like, I think they work really nicely because Eleva doesn't have any purples in it, and I think this just works. I need to do a look with these two together. I'm gonna do that soon. Now we're moving on to the final category, and that is lips. I have one liquid lipstick, a gloss, and a bullet lipstick to talk about. Now, if I had to keep one liquid lipstick in my collection, it'd have to be Lethal Abyss. This is their black liquid lipstick, and this is my favorite black liquid lipstick that I've tried. It dries down completely matte, it doesn't budge on your lips, it doesn't really wear away with eating and drinking. It's not drying. It looks immaculate on the lips, and I fucking love black liquid lipstick, y'all. I have panned 3 separate black liquid lipsticks in my lifetime of doing makeup. How long have I been doing makeup? Like 5 years? 6 years? Black liquid lipstick is such a staple to me. I think everybody looks good in a black liquid lipstick. If you've never tried it, try a black lipstick. A black matte lipstick specifically. Everyone looks hot in a black lipstick. Okay, my camera overheated, so I don't know where I paused, but all that to say, I love black liquid lipstick. It's my most used lipstick color in my entire collection in the history of me wearing makeup. Now, bullet lipstick, this was incredibly easy. Immediately, I thought of the Oden's Eye Velvet lipstick in Light Peach. I was tempted to choose either this one or the cream lipstick in Love Jasmine, but I decided on Light Peach. This is my most used lipstick in my collection. It's just this beautiful peachy neutral color. This looks good with anything. It looks good with any eyeshadow look, any cheek combo, even just by itself with no other makeup. This is perfect, and it's so luxurious. It's matte but not drying. Velvet is the perfect word for it because it glides on the lips so smoothly. It lasts so good for being a bullet lipstick formula, and it's just perfect. Like, the packaging is beautiful too. Like, everything about this is luxurious feeling, even though the price point isn't luxury at all. I could definitely see myself finishing up this lipstick. It's quickly become a favorite ever since I bought it. I wasn't expecting to love this lipstick formula as much as I did, but Oden's Eye's bullet lipstick formula, to be fair, Oden's Eye's lip products are incredibly underrated. I think more people need to try them because their eyeshadows get a lot of hype, and while I do clearly love their eyeshadow formula, their lip products though, like their lip products, bitch. I would definitely keep Light Peach, my baby. The final lip product I'm going to be mentioning are lip glosses. Come on. Come on, is this a surprise in the slightest? I don't think any of this list was a surprise, now that I'm looking at it. Maybe a couple of things, but this is definitely not a surprise. This is the Oden's Eye Cream Lip Stain in Little Jasmine. It's called a cream lip stain, but this is a gloss formula. This is stunning. I have to swatch it for you because you can't really see the colour in the tube. This is the most perfect neutral, rosy, peachy, brownie colour. It is absolutely perfect in every single way. It smells like Kiki Bonbon, which are some of my favourite candies ever. Like, I love Kiki Bonbon. I haven't had them in so long. They're basically Starburst but better. I stan them. The formula, again, is very luxurious feeling on the lips. It's so plush, moisturizing. It makes your lips incredibly glossy, and it's got a nice thickness to it, so it does last pretty well through eating and drinking. Now, since it is a gloss, it does wear off with eating and drinking, but considering it is a gloss, this has very good lasting power, and it just is perfect. Every time, again, when I wear this lipstick, I get a shitload of compliments on it, and I always get asked, what's that product on your lips? It's always this one, and I'm actually running low on this one. I kind of have to scrape the sides to get it out, so I definitely need to repurchase this soon. Little Jasmine is just that bitch. If Oden's Eye ever send me PR, I will upload a 30-second video of me screaming. Just saying. And the final product I'm going to be mentioning is setting spray. Again, this is a tried and true for years. This is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I have like that much left of it. This is my 3rd bottle. I'm gonna repurchase my 4th one because no setting spray competes with this one. The mister is so fine and lovely. It refreshes my makeup, makes all of my powders melt into my skin nicely, And the best part about this is that it really does make a difference with how long my makeup lasts. I can tell when I don't use this setting spray that my makeup doesn't last nearly as well as it does when I use this. This is just magic. This is liquid magic. It makes everything last so much better on my oily skin because since I do have oily skin, things tend to break up pretty easily on me. But the combination of this setting spray and this eyeshadow primer, like nothing fucking moves on my face with this combo. Nothing moves on my eyes and nothing moves on my face. Except for my nose. My nose is a bit of a bitch, apparently, because I wear glasses. I could never live without her. If she ever gets discontinued, I am going to send Urban Decay a very angry email because she never will leave me. Do you remember when it was in the old packaging as well? When it didn't have this cool packaging, it had like the white with the purple print on it. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been around for a while, you remember. I had Urban Decay setting spray. I had Urban Decay All-Nighter back in those days. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know, what are some products that you would keep if you could only keep one in your collection? I'd especially like to hear what eyeshadow palettes and eyeliners you would pick, because I feel like that's quite difficult. With lipsticks, I feel like for me it was pretty straightforward, like I had some clear front runners. But things like eyeliner, it's kind of hard to pick just one, unless it's like a universal like white shade, you know what I'm saying? If you want to see more makeup content from me, then follow me on my Instagram, it's beautyybyskye right here. I post all of my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. Thank you so much for watching, please subscribe if you haven't already, I would love to have you here, and as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!